From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
Well. It's Friday, and here we are in another fine edition of For the People for this Friday, July the 21st, 2017. And I guess I'm just happy that we're getting through this week just fine together. And there's nothing like a nice cup of coffee. I found a really good deal online, and you know, a lot of us Americans are going online and we're finding great deals. I mean, I love going online and shopping and perusing, and it's just kind of fun. And for some of you that don't like going, you know, outdoors and shopping, some people just can't be bothered by a bunch of people. So you sit in and you can order stuff. And I guess that was kind of the cool thing when HSN and what's the other one? We've got Home Shopping Network. I know there's another one, QVC. There was one in Pennsylvania, one in Florida, in St. Petersburg. Home Shopping Network in St. Pete. Huge campus, by the way. They do a really good job. But people love that, and people still love it. They can sit, watch TV, see the stuff. They get the specials, get the toll-free number, ship it right to your door. Well, you know, companies like Amazon doing this, eBay, selling a bunch of stuff, and now you can buy groceries delivered right to your door. Yeah, Amazon does it. You got a big menu there. You want some snacks and stuff like that. There's a thing about Amazon, though, that I wanted to tell you about, and there's been a review. The FTC is probing Amazon. And why are they probing them? Well, it's over claims it misled customers. Oh, no. Yeah, it's part of a review of Amazon's NASDAQ. You know, they're publicly traded, by the way. And, you know, they have to watch themselves, you know, as they're posting stuff online. And there's agreement to buy Whole Foods. The Federal Trade Commission is looking into allegations, because that's a big buy, by the way. But there were allegations that Amazon misled many customers about its pricing discounts, according to a source close to the probe. Say that the FTC is probing a complaint brought by the advocacy group Consumer Watchdog, which looked into some 1,000 products on Amazon's website in June. And this is what they found. They put reference prices on list prices and on about 46% of them. And an analyst found that 61% of the products were reference prices. Amazon reference prices were higher than it had sold the same products in the previous 90 days, according to this Consumer Watchdog. And it's a letter to the FTC dated July 6. Now, following a receipt of this letter, apparently the agency made informal inquiries about the allegations, according to a source who spoke on background to preserve business relationships. The FTC declined comment for this story. It was not known if the agency would open a formal probe into this allegation. Amazon closed up slightly higher for the day, and this is just absolutely amazing. Their stock, $1,028.70. Don't you wish you actually had some stock in Amazon? But Amazon said, you know, they're very, very, particular, because they don't want to spook anybody with the stock or get any buyers in an uproar or upset or anything like that, because bad PR is bad PR. So they came out with a statement already and basically said that the Consumer Watchdog study was deeply flawed. The conclusions the Consumer Watchdog Group reached are flat out wrong, Amazon said. We validate the reference prices provided by manufacturers, vendors, and sellers against actual prices recently found across Amazon and other retailers. So the review of Amazon's discount prices is indication that the FTC is taking serious look at the e-commerce company's agreement to buy Whole Foods, a deal that critics say could give Amazon an unfair advantage. So Consumer Watchdog argues that the deceptive list prices makes Amazon prices look like a bargain and asked the FTC to stop Amazon from buying Whole Foods while the deceptive discounting is occurring. The FTC plays a dual role in probing charges of deceptive advertising and assuming mergers to ensure that they comply with the antitrust laws, which is kind of a big part of this whole thing, as you know. Amazon said in June that it would buy the premium grocer. And this is just, I cannot even fathom this, folks, okay? $13.7 billion. That's the price for Whole Foods. $13.7 billion. That's a lot of organic foods, folks. That's a lot of organic foods. What do they call that instead of Whole Foods? One employee told me, and this is commonly known, they call it whole check. Whole check. It's your whole check. So, I mean, that would be a big deal, folks. So, my advice is to be careful when you're buying online. Keep people accountable. I'd have to say I was not a big, a couponer in my 20s and probably early 30s. I mean, I would just, hey, I'll just pay for it. But since I've gotten older, I'm in my 40s, when some grocer or a cashier or somebody at Walgreens or CVS, they find something on sale and they scan it for you because you don't have it, and they know that it's there in their sale. Spectacular. They scan it, bam, you save $1 or save $3. I'm very appreciative of that. And there's a lot of ways that you can trim your fat off your grocery bill if you take the time to do it. That's just it. You have to take the time to do it. But there's an app that's called Ibotta. And occasionally, and I should work, I print off some stuff. Ibotta. And basically what they do is they send you money back. Cash back kind of deals when you buy the products. And you can save a whole lot of money, but they pay you, in essence, to go shopping. And it's available just everywhere. So get the app and save some money. Be smart about your grocery bill because you can spend an absolute fortune. But saving money is a good thing. My other point is make sure that you check your receipt. A lot of people don't even ask for a receipt. You might want to ask for that receipt to make sure that you actually get the savings you thought you were going to get or entitled to. Check it. It adds up over a period of time. I mean, as advertised. If you go into a store and it says that it's $2-3 off and they don't take it off, that adds up if you're constantly. We're all going to places. Make sure you just do your due diligence. You might be getting ripped off and maybe, I don't know, Amazon's not doing anything wrong. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, but that probe is still going on, and so we'll monitor that story to figure out what's going on. I like doing things on the weekends, and occasionally I'll maybe wander over to the Dali Museum. You know who Salvador Dali is, don't you? They have the Dali Museum in St. Petersburg, and it's the structure itself is a heck of a work of art. So if you're ever in the Tampa Bay area, we do the show from Tampa, but just over the bridge is there the Dali Museum. But the reason Dali is on my mind today is they've been talking about exhuming his body, and they did just that. They exhumed his body, and why they exhumed his body is because they're trying to do a maternity test. They're trying to find out who's who. Because he might have a child, and the child might be an heir to to making some money from the Dali. Well, anyways, this is kind of strange, but for those that are into this kind of a thing, the body of the eccentric Spanish painter Salvador Dali was exhumed for paternity test last night. And from what was said, his trademark mustache was found to still be intact. Yeah, it's still there. It's not deteriorated. His mustache was found, as a matter of fact, so intact that it was in that same position basically the classic shape, as they described it, of 10 past 10. Still in that same position. I'm not even kidding. Making reference to the positions of the hands of a clock, folks. 10 past 10, okay? But the mustache, still there. The Spanish experts said that they removed the deceased painter's hair and nails and 2 long bones. And what they're looking for is the genetic samples to be used to this paternity test to find out if he has children. Because it's long been believed that, he didn't have any children. So now, it's believed that he does. Dali was buried in the Dali Museum Theater in northeastern Spanish town of Vergas, his birthplace, where he died at the age of 84. And it was in 1989, by the way. He passed. So they exhumed him last night following a long-standing claim by Pierre Abel. And who is a 61-year-old tarot card reader, who says that her mother had an affair with Dali in a town. So, interesting enough, Pilar Abel claims she is the daughter. Okay, that's her name. I thought it was a male, but no, it's the daughter. It's the Associated Press. We got a picture of her. She's pondering deep thoughts here as, she reads her little tarot cards here. But that's what she does for a living there. She's pondering it. But anyways, a judge ruled in the DNA test that should be performed to find out whether her allegations were true, and I guess we're going to find out sooner rather than later. And I just think it's absolutely fascinating. But if she is, then she'll probably be coming over here to St. Petersburg and cleaning out some profits from there that so many people come through that museum. It's not even funny. And it is really, I got to tell you, look at it online to see the Dali Museum in St. Petersburg, Florida. It is absolutely remarkable. So anyway, the process, 3 judges and coroner and assistant were allowed to oversee the removal of the samples out of respect for the remains in order to avoid any contamination. Dali and his Russian wife, Gayla, whose birth names were Elena Devansky, had no children of their own, although Gayla had a daughter from an earlier marriage to French poet Paul Ehrlard. So Abel is proved, if to be proved, Dali's pregnancy there. She could claim a significant portion for the painter's estate, which is now in the hands of a public foundation, according to Abel's lawyer. So there's no current estimates, though, of the value of that fortune, what all that might be worth or not worth, but I'm sure she'll be able to count it if she's indeed the daughter. They say it's important to Salvador Dali to be returned to rest in the interior of his museum's dome. So they're saying they're trying to be very careful, trying to be very respectful to the family of Dali, but the foundation, the museum of figures, took steps to make sure that no images of him being exhumed may emerge in public before work in the crypt last night. So mobile phones were put in a deposit, and marquee were installed under the museum's glass dome to prevent any photography or video from drones, because that's really popular. So we'll be waiting for those biological samples, and we'll hear news quick after it comes back from the laboratory. They do say, however, folks, okay, it could take, this process could take weeks. So we'll be following this big story here, talking about a big story here, and this could be happening to somebody that you love that might be behind the bars. But there's a county that has a little proposition for prisoners. And basically, the county jail wants to snip 30 days off prison sentences, no pun intended, if inmates get a vasectomy. Oh, now you get it, don't you? It's officials in White County, Tennessee. This is where this is coming from. White County, Tennessee have given inmates the option of ending their jail sentences early if they voluntarily agree to have a vasectomy or birth control implant. This is for men and women. General Sessions Court Judge Sam Benningfield, who signed a standing order in May